A few months back, I produced a couple of videos from a late winter trip I made to the twin ports of Superior, Wisconsin and Duluth, Minnesota. The first was of Amnacom Falls. I'll put a link to that video here and down in the description below. The second video from that trip was my arrival to Duluth for the opening of the 2025 Great Lakes shipping season, only having to wait out a vicious nor'easter storm for 36 hours that kept all the ore carriers on Lake Superior seeking shelter and on the hook for 2 days. At the end of that video, showing the 1:30 a.m. arrival of the American Century the following night, I promised you a third episode from that trip that I never got around to making, until now. She emerges out of the blackness like a thief in the night, when all else is quiet and still. Effortlessly cutting through the frigid waters, the eerie glow of the pier headlights reflecting off her housing. She passes me in whispers. There's something about standing so close to these leviathans in the dead of night that is both exciting and unsettling as they stealthily glide through the black water into the safety of the harbor in complete silence, the world around her asleep. My heart pounds from the grandeur of it all. My hands shake from the enormity of it. My breath quickens from the thrill of it, and I surrender all of my senses to this moment. With the storm past, the Joyce Van Enkevert and Great Lakes Trader, the 870-foot articulated tug-barge combination, is the first to pass under the aerial lift bridge to open the 2025 shipping season. In 12 hours' time, I would meet with her again, laden down with nearly 30,000 tons of taconite ore in her belly, and headed back out onto Superior for the first of her many runs to the lower Great Lakes. In the meantime, there are other images to capture, and hopefully other boats to chase. Good morning, everyone. Beautiful morning. It's cold. Maybe 25 degrees or so, but a nice sunrise here down at the canal. And of course, I'm just drawn to this place. Lovely light on that now. All right. See what else we can find. Good long run that time. So I walked down the beach a bit and I see these guys out here surfing. They were here this morning too. That water's got to be cold, even in a wetsuit. Fun though, kind of catching some waves there. The sun is very harsh, but I'm not going to complain. It's like 50 degrees, beautiful sunny day. Tomorrow, here comes again. Tomorrow is supposed to be 30 degrees and 6 inches of snow. So, welcome to Duluth. I headed over to Alloway Bay and the Superior entry point to the Twin Ports in time to watch the Canadian vessel Niagara back away from the Burlington Northern Dock. Here I met up with Mark Janovic, creator of the excellent YouTube channel One Long, Two Short, and to whom I often defer for his knowledge and expertise of the Twin Ports. I'll leave a link to his channel below. Check that out sometime. He makes excellent videos. I also met a delightful woman in a Door County, Wisconsin hoodie, and when I inquired about it, I got way more than I bargained for.
Well, my name is Lauren Olson, Olson with an O, and I have fallen in love with these boats. I never, ever, ever had a tattoo until 2 years ago. In fact, it was 2 years ago in March. And I got my very first one for my husband who passed away. And that's his name and our wedding date. And now I have a total of 22. And this is actually my first one and my last one, which is a bow thruster. I have become a proud boat nerd. And I have 3 boat tattoos, 4 now. I can't pull my sleeve up in this color, but I've got the Duluth Harbor Cam logo right here. And I have the Boat Friends, ignore the dry skin, the Boat Friends tattoo, and then it's a boat nerd, and that was designed for me. And I spend enough time over here that everybody, including my friends from very South Mississippi, wonder why the heck I have not moved here. And I'm definitely a fan of your channel, especially the winter layup boats, because I actually did a trip in January. I started in Sturgeon Bay and spent 3 nights there. And if I just do the boat parts, Sturgeon Bay, I stopped in Milwaukee for some tug barge combo there. And then I went to Port Huron, then I went to Goderich, and then I went to Hamilton. I spent a couple of days in Niagara Falls, and then I went to Buffalo, Erie, Pontiac. Is that the way you say that? I went and saw the Roger Cloud. And then I went to Ashtabula, and visited, you gotta go see the Coyotes. I never saw her sail. And then I went to Cleveland, and then I went to Toledo, where I was on some land I shouldn't have been on, but I never saw a no trespassing or private road sign. But I got right up next to the dock, and all the Clyde and Laura and all those. And then I tried to look in Detroit, but they were all, you couldn't see them very well. And then I ended my trip here in Superior to visit the ones that were here.
Time for a burger and a beer. I rendezvoused with Mark in Superior at the colorful Anchor Bar and Grill, a place frequented by local shipyard workers, merchant marines, miners, and longshoremen. Fancy meeting you here, Mark. Yeah. Hey, I just want to tell you thanks a lot for showing me around Duluth.
It's great to have you out and spend some time with you. And
yeah, I've been looking forward to this for a long time. So.
And you're going to have the best burger of your life, too.
That's what I hear. This place is legendary. A life ring from the Edmund Fitzgerald. They have a lot of really cool nautical stuff in here.
well, the bridge was built in 1905. It was originally a ferry bridge where you would get in a car and just go across the bridge. Actually, it wasn't even a bridge, it was just a ferry that carried you across the river. And in 1930, they put in the bridge span that was up and down.
You can also play directly on the tracks.
I can't say that that was the best burger of my life, but it was pretty darn good. And Mark and I left the Anchor and headed back over the bridge to Duluth to finish out my 4-day trip with the arrival of another articulated tug-barge combination, the Dirk Van Enkenvoort and Michigan Trader. Thanks for watching. And until next time, take care of yourself, and I'll see you down the road.